Situated on the edge of central London, Primrose Hill is home to actors Daniel Craig and Jude Law, model Kate Moss and celebrity chef Jamie Oliver. The developer of this unusual set of 5 townhouses set out to maximize the space and light he could grab on a tight, narrow plot, an opportunity for designer Mark Riese.
Nico, hi, and welcome to Primrose Hill on a typical London day.
Very unexpected, I must say. This is not your usual London look for a home, is it?
We've got quite an extraordinary building here. We're nestling behind a typical row of London Victorian houses, and we're actually in the gardens of those old houses. So we've had to grab all the light from above, and that's what makes this such a special architectural structure. We've got light coming in from the atrium, from the courtyard garden, streaming down, and we've had to maximize that effect. And we've got something very special going on because we've tried to create something slightly unusual, slightly quirky, but something that still feels very homely.
Well, you mentioned the quirkiness, and just judging from that wall art, I already get a sense of the character of the place, right?
The artist's name is Charlotte Wilkinson, a young British girl, wonderful glass blower, creates fantastic pieces in glass. The couple who own the house are a young couple in media. They wanted something very interesting, something a little bit different, but still something that was warm and inviting, an environment they could enjoy being in. Yet their friends would walk in and think, wow, it's a little bit different.
The open-plan ground floor living room falls into a natural divide of 3 interleading zones.
Nico, what I wanted to do here was create quite an intimate seating area. But I wanted to start that introduction of color. We've got a wonderful fabric on these Italian chairs that we commissioned. We've got matte steel with a magellite fabric. This is a faux leather in a peacock blue, and it immediately drags you through to start to see that there's something interesting and more to come.
So it invites you into the room, and then of course around the corner. Let's take a look.
Absolutely, and here we wanted to create a cozy environment, somewhere where you come home in the evening, you crash, you have a glass of wine, you watch TV. Beautiful pop of color coming through. The orange we had in the entrance comes back into here. We found some funky fabrics. And then in the wonderful space we've got at the back, a table tennis table.
Again, something very unusual that one wouldn't expect to find. You've obviously had a lot of fun in this house.
Exactly, and that was the whole basis on which we wanted to work here. We had this specially commissioned. It's been whitened, and it fits into the space. It still brings in light and fun.
Now, I love what you've done with it. In fact, it actually looks like a piece of art.
Absolutely, and it's got even more art around it because we've got a whole wall of art behind it, a wonderful sculptural art piece there, which is a light, and it just complements what we wanted to achieve in having this element of quirkiness.
Well, I want to see the rest of the house, but we're going to come back and play a game later.
Sounds good. Let's go on.
This was an ambitious antidote to the enclosed feeling you can get in Victorian buildings. Ambitious steel engineering defined the steam age, and the stairwell does it for an era that looks to the sun and elements for energy and inspiration.
Here you can see how the house has been constructed in the back garden of this row of Victorian terraces. So we've grabbed all the space, and the house is using the light that we have to have from above because there's so little light at a low level. Extra advantage, look at this beautiful sedum garden. This changes color through the year. The light comes through in another way. The greens, the pinks of the sedum, freshening up this whole space, adding to the light that we wanted to play with when we used the space.
These evergreen leaves are cheery through the winter, as are the colors of this room belonging to the family member with the most energy to climb stairs.
Stevie's space, of course, is nicely separated from his parents. So he's got his whole suite up here, his beautiful bedroom, his terrace, his own bathroom. So he has the whole floor to himself.
Lucky boy.
He is indeed. Mum and Dad's room, 1 floor down.
Let's check it out.
If the stairwell is a waterfall of light, then Mark's challenge was how to let that wash into the individual rooms. A wall of mirrored cupboards doubles the main bedroom's lighting and animates the orange and white. Selective use of color is very effective.
Here we have the master suite. Here again, a little pop of color, bit of fun, but it's still got a tasteful, lovely warm tone to it. We've added some interesting detail. We've got some lighting under the cupboards. But here, we've taken a conventional headboard. We've got the beautiful orange stripe as the contrast, and we've continued it down onto the bed cover. By contrast, next door, the brief was different. We've got an international hotel look for the guest suite. Subdued, muted, very relaxing, silvers, taupes and greys. A lovely, lovely contrast, a beautiful bedroom to be in.
Where other studies have art on the wall to transport the mind, this one sits inside one great cascading work of art.
So here we are in the basement of the house, and we see a fantastic piece of furniture creating a study area for us. This was designed by a young British designer. His dad was a boat builder on the Thames, and he'd see in the workshop his father working with marine varnishes, with steel, and he's created his first range of furniture. And this was a piece I commissioned to come here. We've combined all sorts of quirky things. We've got a skull lamp, we've got an old original typewriter.
And it also adds that quirky artistic feel again to this space. And I must say, it feels like we're underground, but there's this lovely wash of natural light coming in.
We are in the basement, we're below ground, but we've got lots and lots of glass above us, and even more behind us, where we've got another little courtyard. And one of the things we've managed to complement this beautiful shaft of light with is adding big slabs of glossy white porcelain tiles to bounce the light, to reflect the light, and to add a sense of space that we needed in this underground area.
And of course you capture that light, it looks like it bounces right into that area, which is of course the dining area.
Yes.
Dominated by an oversized mirror and floor lamp with a funky yellow wool chaise, it's a one-of-a-kind character of a room.
And so here we have a beautiful glass table. Glass was the formula again. Bring in the light, play with that dimension. The table is imported from Italy. It's Gallotti and Riese, one of the top Italian designers. Very beautiful, simple work. And then, of course, we have an issue. The ceiling is not as high as we would like it to be. So we've oversized the furniture. Look at the size of the mirror, the lamp, playing with that dimension, tricking the eye, making you feel that the space works and is very spacious.
Mark has found fun and subtle ways of lighting with lamps dotted all over. These create interesting design elements and a variety of light sources for different times of day, while a game of table tennis is on anytime.
Well, Mark, you know what, I must say I'm so impressed with what you've done here, but I'm not surprised because as I understand it, you are a South African all the way from Muizenberg.
Absolutely. Grew up in Muizenberg, born and bred in Cape Town, and then my design career, however, has happened totally in London. But what's so exciting for me, 2017, I have got the most fantastic project that we're starting in Camps Bay. So I'm going to be spending so much more time back in my hometown.
Well, whatever you get up to, I'm sure it's going to be a huge success.
Thank you, Nico, and hopefully better than my table tennis.
Hopefully, indeed. Let's play. Oh! Say no more.
That Camps Bay pad will be worth waiting for.